Love is one of the most powerful and transformative themes in all of Scripture, yet it is also one of the most misunderstood. In everyday language, love is often reduced to emotion, attraction, or preference. People say they love food, music, or a person, and the word becomes casual. But in the Bible, love carries weight. It is not casual, it is foundational, it is not shallow, it is defining. The starting point for understanding love is found in 1 John 4:8, which says that God is love. This is not poetic exaggeration, it is theological truth. It does not say that God sometimes loves, or that love is one of his many attributes ranked among others. It declares that love is essential to who he is. That means when God acts, he acts from love. When he corrects in love. When he forgives in love. Even his justice is not separate from love. To understand real love, we must begin with God's character. Human love often depends on performance. We love when we feel appreciated. We love when we are treated well. We love when expectations are met. But Scripture reveals a different standard. Romans 5:8 states that God demonstrates his love toward us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That means divine love is not a response to worthiness. It is a decision rooted in grace. God did not wait for humanity to improve before acting. He moved first. He initiated redemption. That is the pattern of true love. It does not wait to be deserved. When we examine 1 Corinthians 13, we see a detailed portrait of love in action. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. These statements are not describing romance. They are describing character. This chapter challenges us because it exposes the gap between how we define love and how God defines it. Patience requires restraint. Kindness requires intention. Refusing to keep a record of wrongs requires forgiveness. Love in this sense is costly. It demands the surrender of ego, pride, and retaliation. Jesus reinforced the centrality of love in Matthew 22:37-39 when he identified the greatest commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Love your neighbor as yourself. He summarized the entire law in these two commands. This means that love is not secondary in the Christian life. It is primary. Doctrine without love becomes rigid. Service without love becomes obligation. Worship without love becomes routine. Love gives life to everything else. Jesus also made love the defining mark of his followers. In John 13:35, he said that by this, everyone will know you are my disciples if you love one another. Notice that he did not say people would recognize his disciples by their buildings, titles, or public influence. The distinguishing evidence is love. That means love is visible. It is observable in speech, in response to conflict, in generosity, and in humility. It shows up in how we treat those who disagree with us. It shows up in how we respond when we are wronged. True love reflects the sacrifice of Christ. On the cross, love was not abstract. It was embodied. It absorbed pain rather than inflicting it. It chose forgiveness over condemnation. That is the standard believers are called toward. Not perfection, but direction. Growth in love is growth in Christ-likeness. In practical terms, loving God means prioritizing him above personal ambition. It means obedience even when it is inconvenient. Loving others means choosing compassion over criticism. It means listening before speaking. It means extending grace where it is not earned. This kind of love stabilizes families, strengthens communities, and transforms churches. In conclusion, love is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is not mere emotion. It is committed action. It originates in God, was demonstrated by Christ, and is produced in us by the Spirit. When love becomes the governing principle of our lives, It reshapes our priorities and our relationships. The world is filled with noise, division, and self-interest. What will stand out is not louder arguments, but deeper love. That is the love Scripture calls us to embody and to practice daily.